Welcome on this glorious day to this glorious part of the country, to Clitheroe in Lancashire for the final of We Are the Champions 1976. Our teams have travelled down from Scotland, across from Wales, up from the south, and of course they represent the north of England. We're here in Clitheroe outside this lovely Ribblesdale Swimming Pool on the grounds right outside to get cracking on this final. And let's start by reintroducing the teams, and we'll start with the team from Scotland. Our Scottish team: Margaret Hume, Catherine Stephen, Leslie Cumming, Ian Turnbull, Brian Patterson and Guy Curtis, all familiar faces to you now, with red triangles on light blue shirts. They are Galashiels Academy. Now for the winners of the Northern Heat in the first semi-final from Yorkshire: Paul Bonomini, Christopher Tinsley, Andrew Walker, Georgina Godwin, Mandy Watson and Jan Walker, wearing turquoise squares on yellow shirts, the team from Allertonshire. Now the qualifiers from Wales. From Anglesey, welcome again to Ruth Fulks, Caroline Lewis, Linda Jones, Marion Taylor, Gareth Jones and Ian Smith. They're wearing light blue circles on red shirts. They are Ysgol, Gyfun, Llangefni. From Kidlington in Oxfordshire, Ian Davis, big smile, Philip Jackson, Mark Cadwallander, Tracy Ayres, Colette Tracy and Jennifer Norton, with yellow stars on green shirts. They're Gosford Hill School. And it's all getting very exciting, as you can imagine, being right up into the final. So we had to choose a very special guest, a man of real international experience, a man who can hold first-class discipline. He is the absolute ace referee of soccer from Wales, Mr. Clive Thomas. Welcome, Clive.
Fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah. One of a tough-looking bunch, though, aren't they? Do you think you can keep them in hand?
Well, you know, pleased to see that one team's in yellow or turquoise, because I think you might well need some yellow or red cards. I don't know.
Well,
yeah, fantastic.
We're hoping to avoid the yellow cards today, but we're all ready for our first game, and it's called Chain Chase.
On your mark, get set.
Oh, they got away. A little bit of a flyer there from, was it Galashiels? Or Gosford Hill, I think. Mark Cadwallander got her away pretty sharply, but here's the chain being formed. Gosford Hill, with their stars, have been just overtaken by Allertonshire, Andrew Walker and Georgina Godwin. Now they've picked up Paul Bonomini. And the squares for Allertonshire slightly in the lead. Remember, if there are any breaks in these chains, they have to stop and make them up. So there's Allertonshire, and on the far side, Llangefni. Llangefni is suddenly going well. Marion Taylor, Linda Jones, Gareth Jones and Ruth Fulks in that four. And Llangefni quickly went into a very good lead. Ian Smith has now joined them. It's the slow clamber over the... Oh, they've broken the chain. They've broken the chain. They've got to reform. And there's a real hurly-burly going on. Galashiels on the right-hand side of them, but no, it's the squares chasing the circles. Allertonshire chasing Llangefni. Llangefni, their final clamber. They've got to rejoin. Link those arms. Now, Llangefni appear to be across the line first. The squares of Allertonshire are second. Then Galashiels, and the team that led right at the beginning, Gosford Hill, finish in fourth. And in this heat, that was pretty exhausting work.
What a first great round. Gosford Hill with 50, Galashiels with 100, Allertonshire with 150, and leading at the moment, the Welsh team from Llangefni with 200.
There you are. Now, Colette, you the one that's travelled back from holiday to make the final, haven't you? Tell me about that.
Well, see, when we won the semi-finals, Mr. Shears said that we'd all have to travel home. So we said I'd have to miss you. He was joking about. And then my dad took us up to Liverpool, where we stayed with our cousins overnight. And we travelled up here in the morning.
So you've missed a day of your holiday. Dad's come up. Where's the holiday taking place?
Porthcawl.
Porthcawl, lovely, lovely sands of Porthcawl. And you're dashing back tomorrow?
Yeah.
You look as though you've caught enough of the sun already. You really are. Well, we're all ready with our next game, and this one is called Hoopla Loop.
On your marks, get set.
Off they go for Hoopla Hoop. Here's Mark Cadwallader, who I keep calling Cadwallander. There he is for Gosford Hill. Picks up his 2 Hoopla Hoops, then comes back with the bigger hoop, and he's had a good run. And he's got to pass this hoop over himself and over the rest of the team before the next 2 rubber rings can be plucked from the opening post. Here they go, through the team. And it's Galashiels that have got away first. Ian Turnbull, and then Margaret Humes on her way. And Margaret doing well. Back she goes with her hoop to pass it over herself and through the team. Allertonshire finishing in second. That was Georgina Godwin. And it's pretty close. Gosford Hill are pretty close still. The first one away is Brian Patterson for Galashiels. He's got to get the right colour rings over the right post. Blue ring on blue post, red ring, whatever 2 rings he picks up. There he comes back with his hoop. And we go all the way through the team. He's done that very well. Leapt over it. He's going to hand on to Leslie Cumming. Here she goes, her 2 rubber rings. Leslie, she sorts out. Oh, she's got 2 yellows. Has she? Oh, missed one. Had to go back, but she's still in the lead. But Llangefni are closing the gap now. I think that's Ruth Fuchs. Llangefni picks up her hoop. 200 points for the winning team, 150 for second, 100 for third, and 50 for fourth, and it's closing up. It's all on the last leg for Galashiels. Catherine Stephen has the job to hold this lead. She's got the hoop now, Catherine. Over it goes. She picks up the 2 rings, and it's so close. Caroline Lewis of Llangefni is chasing her, and Caroline's running very fast, but Catherine is hanging on. They've got to get it over the whole team. Caroline Lewis is second, Jan Walker for Allertonshire in third. Now it's very quick, and Clive Thomas, the referee, is standing there looking very close. It looks like Galashiels, followed by Llangefni. And very close for third and fourth. It's just Gosford Hill from Allertonshire.
Llangefni have been deducted 30 points for a yellow hoop on a green pole. So therefore the rules, the marks at the moment are Gosford Hill 150, it's Allertonshire with 200, Galashiels with 300, and still leading Llangefni with 320.
Now we've got a variation on our letter game in which each team goes against the clock, and they'll be timed individually, and the game is called Just in Time.
Gosford Hill, on your marks, get set.
Absolutely against the clock. Under the net, the whole team go. Then they sort their letters out, and they have to complete that well-known phrase, "We are the," and correctly spelled champions. Looks all right at the moment. We are the champions on their way back. Underneath. Last one crosses the line, so the clock will be stopped.
It's 37.5 seconds.
37.5 for Gosford as Allertonshire come up to the marks.
On your marks, get set.
Away they go. Lots of points on this game. 300 for the winners, 225 for second, 150 for third, 75 for fourth. So there's much to be gained. Allertonshire on their way. Andrew Walker, Georgina Godwin, Paul Bonamini, Mandy Watson, Chris Tinsley, Jan Walker. And they've got to get that spelling absolutely spot on. 25 seconds gone, I think. It's a race against the clock now. Can they get under quickly? Under the obstacle net. Last one across the line. And the clock stops now.
Allerton 41 seconds.
41 seconds for Allertonshire, second place at the moment.
Llangefni, on your marks, get set.
Away they go, Llangefni. And this is very critical. Spelling's absolutely critical too, because if they get it wrong, they lose 10 seconds penalty, and that means you could go easily from first to last. So now, Llangefni, Marion Taylor, Linda Jones, Gareth Jones, Ruth Fuchs, Ian Smith and Caroline Lewis getting it sorted. One or two of them are already on their way back, but they've got to get the spelling. And they're having a little bit of trouble on the board, and the time is ebbing away. Champinos, surely. Dear, 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 I'm sure they've gone well past 41 seconds. Llangefni just across the line now.
Well, not spelling right, unfortunately. 60 seconds, 1 minute.
60 seconds to Llangefni. Great chance now for the Blues, Galashiels, to make up.
And
They're
Galashiels on your mark. Get set.
Only 20 points behind Llangefni. Llangefni are in third. If they can get this sorted out, could be a great breakthrough for them. Here's Galashiels, Ian Turnbull, Margaret Hume, Brian Patterson, Leslie Cumming, Guy Curtis, Catherine Stephen. The spelling's so important. It's a W. She doesn't know where it goes. Of course, that's one of the odd letters that's thrown in. Champions looks okay at the moment. Now it's against, coming up to 30 seconds now. There's a good bit of teamwork holding up the team there. 35, they've got to really crack on.
This is very close. 36.
36 seconds, and they're going to win on that time. 36 seconds to Galashiels. Gosford was second, 37.5. Allertonshire, 41 seconds. And poor Llangefni lost a lot on that, back with 60 seconds in fourth place. Lots of points on it, and it's made some dramatic changes on the scoreboard. Take a look at this. Allertonshire now have 350 points. Gosford Hill, 375. They're very close. Very close to them now, Llangefni, 395, but jumped into a pretty big lead at the moment with 600 points. Galashiels Academy. Now we'll see what sort of changes the next game brings. It demands throwing accuracy, and it's called In the Ring.
Your marks, get set.
Okay, off they go for In the Ring. Galashiels got a good start with Ian Turnbull there. He's got to toss those two rings and try and land them all. They've done well too. I can see some good scores for Gosford in green. Oh, anyone that lands on top of the ring doesn't score. They've got to be clean inside, and there's 20 points per quoit. Here's Gosford Hill again. They've got another one in. Rather nice. I think that's Philip Jackson. Gosford Hill have got 4 inside. There's some yellow ones bouncing about for Allertonshire. They've had 45 seconds, and a gun will go at 1 minute. They've only got 1 minute. Guy Curtis there for Galashiels. Time nearly up, and they're stopped there. Now it's got to be a tot-up, and Clive Thomas will do a check on all those rings that are clean inside the hoop.
Look at that.
Oh, Galashiels look good.
Tremendous. 8 here.
8, counting 20 points each, 160 points.
That's it.
To Galashiels. What about Llangefni?
Well, a bit unfortunate, wasn't it? Just 2 in. The 2 hoops, a few went astray.
2, 40 points scored.
That's
Agreed?
right, that's it.
Okay, ref.
Yeah. And yellow, but no yellow cards. Great. Just only 3, better than the Reds, but 3 in.
60 points for Allertonshire.
That's it.
Okay.
And
now,
that was great, really.
Gosford Hill.
5 in the 1 ring. That's fantastic. Only 5 in.
Scoring a big round, 100 points. 5 rings, 100 points. Let's put it on the scoreboard. Allertonshire have 410 points. Llangefni 435. Gosford Hill 475. But with a pretty commanding lead at the moment, 760 points. Galashiels Academy. But there's still a way to go. 1 more game outdoors, then we go into the pool. But first, here's Clive Thomas talking to some of our competitors.
Well, some questions. Now, what's the question you're going to put at me?
How
many people have you sent off?
Oh, how many people have I sent off? Really, honestly, it's a question that many journalists have asked. I never keep a record of them, because I think it's bad to, you know. I intend to referee and hoping that I don't send anyone off. So the first question, I'm sorry I can't answer.
Have you ever made a decision that you've regretted?
Yes. Yeah, that's a great question, because I think that young people and people in general think that the referee is always right. And he should be, nearly always right. But there are times when you say, I was wrong. I think you've got to accept that you are wrong. Do you think that's right to do that?
Yes.
Do you sometimes think that you are wrong in what you're doing, and what do you do about it then?
Oh, I just sort of apologise to the people that I've done wrong to.
Excellent, that's marvellous. That's what I love to hear.
When you go abroad, how do you manage to speak their language?
Another good one, another good question, because language difficulties, and people always sometimes think that there are language difficulties, and in refereeing you use a sign language. And again, I hope that I go abroad, you can go abroad, and you'll see that most people can speak English, and there are therefore no problems. Great. On your marks, get set.
Off they go for bin ball under the obstacle course. The object to go and collect 6 balls from the far end. That's table tennis, tennis, foot, rugby, beach and monster balls, taking it over this obstacle course and bringing them back and filling up the bin with them. Now those with the monster balls first, they may have trouble, Allertonshire, because if they stuff that in their bin, they won't get any more balls in. So this is a quickie with 300 points for the winning team, and already Gosford Hill have got 3 of theirs in. 3 ball, and they're on the top, and I think Gosford Hill may just have made it from Allertonshire.
What a tight finish. Result of that race, Gosford first, Allertonshire, Llangefni and Galashiels. Tremendous. And look at the scores now. Llangefni with 585, Allertonshire with 635, Gosford Hill 775, and going very much in front at the moment, but still they can be caught. Galashiels with 835.
The last 2 games in this exciting final bring us indoors in this magnificent swimming pool, the Ribblesdale pool, here in Clitheroe. And the swimming games are as unusual as ever. The life rafts play a very important part, especially in this first game. One team member's down the far end with a monster ball and has to be rescued by the rest of the team using the rafts. And we call this opening game Funny Ferry.
On your marks, get set.
Clive reverting to the whistle now. Here go the rescue squads. Down the pool, nearest to me, Gosford Hill, that's this side. The stars, yellow on green, all absolutely together. Down the other end, Tracy Ayres waiting to be rescued by Gosford Hill. Georgina Godwin for Allertonshire. Ruth Fuchs for Llangefni. Ian Turnbull for Galashiels. Here are the waiting. And it looks as though Gosford Hill have got a bit of an edge at the moment. Next to them is Allertonshire, they're second from the left. But the Llangefni ball was on, but it's gone off again. And Ruth Fuchs has got to rescue it. Meanwhile, Galashiels got underway. And there really is a lot of noise. The red triangle of Galashiels with Ian Turnbull on the far side. But Llangefni now pulling up. And Gosford Hill, it's absolutely together. The referee's going to have trouble here. Llangefni have lost their ball. This side, Gosford Hill have made a sudden spurt. There's a lot of work going on from Gosford Hill. They've suddenly made a lot of ground from Allertonshire. And over they go, and in it goes. Gosford Hill look to be first. Allertonshire look to be second. I'm sure that Llangefni have troubles, for Galashiels were third.
What a great race that was, right? And the scores at this moment are Llangefni with 635, Allertonshire with 785, Galashiels with 935, and yet, hold it, Gosford Hill 975. On your marks, get set.
4 swimmers: Tracy Ayres, Georgina Godwin, Ruth Fuchs and Ian Turnbull. Oh, and there's a bit of a problem over there for Llangefni. Ruth Fuchs had a little bit of trouble. Tracy Ayres the first, and as soon as she bangs that gong, number 2 swimmer, these are the swimmers that have to swim 1 length. And that's Ian David. Ian Davis climbing over his raft for Gosford Hill, and Gosford Hill leading at the moment. Then Paul Bonamini has gone in for Allertonshire. And then we've got Brian Patterson for Galashiels. But the 2 rings are on Tracy Ayres, and that means that Jennifer Norton can start. Gosford Hill leading, and Andrew Walker in for Allertonshire. It's the first team who finish up with the 6 rings. Now, all the teams have 2 rings now, but Gosford Hill are going to get their 3rd, and when that gong goes, Philip Jackson can go in, and he's on his way to the raft. He must climb over the raft. Allertonshire having some trouble, but there's Philip Jackson. He's got over well. Big cheer for Allertonshire. 6th swimmer, Mark Cadwallader. And on the far side, the next team is coming up in lane 1. Galashiels in 2nd, but Gosford Hill are leading. Tall Mark Cadwallader is leading at the moment. Galashiels in 2nd, being rowed on. But if they get the gong, Gosford will get it. Gosford get the gong. Galashiels swimming in 2nd. Leslie Cumming throws his ring up to Ian Turnbull. There he is. Bang goes Ian Turnbull. Galashiels get it. 3rd place, Llangefni. Mandy Watson. She's being cheered in all the way. Coming through nicely now. So it looks like Gosford from Galashiels, from Llangefni, from Allertonshire, but it'll take our star referee to determine that. The final gong goes there from Mandy Watson and from Allertonshire. So the final count of the scoreboard. Llangefni, 785 points. Allertonshire, 860 points. Galashiels Academy, 1,160 points. But champions for 76 with 1,275 points, Gosford Hill. Well, we've got one very big thank you, of course. It's our special guest of honour, and without him we could not have kept control today. A big thanks to Clive Thomas, please. Gosford Hill, champions 1976. These are they, everybody that took part. Champions 76. Away you go!
I understand, not a readily available drug, so...
It is a curious thing, you know, Mr. Barge, how suddenly one can lose sight of what is under one's very nose.
With so many competing distractions, very often the case, I find.
Well, happily, Farnham and Harriet don't fall into that category. Do we, Siegfried?
James, that list of yours, you got it?
Mr. Barge's list. Good heavens, you know I have. Here it is.
Well, look, I tell you what, James, why don't you give Mr. Barge our requirements?